Hey friends and family, I just wanted to give you an update. I wanted to give you some more information as I have gotten a lot more information about my cancer diagnosis and a lot more details. And so I wanted to make this video to give that to you guys. So I have had a variety of tests done. I've had my CT scan, I've had an MRI, and I just most recently had a PET scan. So, and I'd also spoken to the oncologist, I believe, since my last video. And so where we're at, just long story short, where we're at is either stage 3B or 3C colorectal adenocarcinoma. That's kind of a mouthful, but the adenocarcinoma is the specific type of cancer that it is. And it is colorectal to my rectum. I met with the surgeon, so let me give some details about my meeting with the surgeon first. He said that basically the tumor is far enough away from a certain part of my body that sometimes you call other people when you're really mad at them. And basically, if we can shrink this tumor back far enough, he does have hope that that piece of my body that you use to insult people by name is preservable. So that's good news. So it's possible to preserve that. The tumor has grown through my colorectum, my rectum wall, and it is starting to invade and take over my pelvic floor muscle. So the hope is that with chemotherapy and with radiation therapy, that we can get that tumor to back the hell off and that we can preserve that stuff. So that's the hope. I spoke with the oncologist, and we talked about statistics. My wife, bless her heart, wanted to know my chances of living. So she put me at, according to the statistic, which is a statistic that is between 1973 and 2005, so it's a little outdated, put me at stage 3B or 3C colorectal cancer being a 33% to a 45% chance of making it another 5 years. Now, I feel good about those odds considering that that study ended in 2005. We've made many advancements since then, and that study doesn't also specify with people that are around my age, and I'm 33. So that study could include a lot of people that were 80, 90 years old that might not have had 5 years left anyways. So all that being said, I'm not too alarmed by the statistics. If anything, it's kind of exciting, because if I could say that I had a 33% chance of living and then I whooped its butt, that, hey, that's kind of a cool thing. So yeah, so I'm hopeful about that. To give just a little bit of an update on my appointments, I've got like 5 appointments in the next 2 weeks. In 1 week, I'm gonna be getting my port put in. That's so that I could pump the chemo into my body. I don't know if it's gonna be like a timed thing just over the course of 46 hours or if I'm gonna actually hit something. I have no idea, but I still have yet to find out. I don't know where it's gonna be. Is it gonna be in my arm? Is it gonna be somewhere else? I don't know, so we'll find out. I imagine that the chemotherapy will start sometime shortly after that port is put in. So the port's being put in a week. Within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I should definitely be starting chemotherapy. As far as my physical health goes, currently I'm feeling okay. I feel fatigued pretty often, but that could also be due to the cancer, sucking up a lot of energy. Oh, speaking of which, I had a PET scan as well. What a PET scan is, what that does is they pump this solution into you that has sugar that metabolizes very quickly, and they also have something else that reacts to radioactivity, something along those lines. And so basically they pump this stuff into you, they have you sit for like 45 minutes, and then they do imaging. They put you in the donut, and then do all the imaging to see, hey, where in his body is metabolizing a lot more than normal, because cancer sucks up sugar. Like, cancer feeds off of sugar hardcore. And so if it's feeding off of that sugar, then it's gonna be easy to see where my body is absorbing more stuff. Good news came from that. The good news is that that it's not anywhere else. It definitely doesn't look like it's metastasized anywhere else in my body. So I'm not stage 4, it's definitely 3B or 3C. That's excellent news. So the only thing that was really hypermetabolic, there's a lot of big words that I'm learning, was the tumor itself. My rectum was hypermetabolic. So basically that tumor wants to kill me with a vengeance, but it's the only thing. So that's good news. It's not growing an army, it's an army of one, and we're gonna whoop its ass. So yeah, great news there. I'm weighing about like 165. I've lost about 20 pounds in the last 6 months. My doctor was saying that she thinks that it could have just been due to stress and I wasn't having the best eating habits. So it's very possible that just with transitioning to healthier food and healthier intake as far as what I'm ingesting, I haven't had alcohol in over a month, almost a month and a half at this point. And I just haven't been eating a bunch of junk. So I've been eating pretty healthy. We've dabbled in keto, but I think what I've discovered about myself is that I need more carbs, just the longer lasting carbs that aren't this cheap sugar that you put into your body. Because like I said earlier, cancer feeds off of that sugar. Sugar does nothing but just feed the cancer. So we're keeping an eye on, not having any added sugars. I'm still staying gluten-free, and ever since I've changed my diet, dairy actually makes me feel pretty messed up, like if I have too much of it. So we've been sticking with the lactose-free, like the Kerrygold Irish aged cheddar, stuff like that. So we've been very conscientious about what we're ingesting. We're juicing, we're taking vegetables and fruits and putting it in the Vitamix, and then straining it through a cheesecloth, and you just drinking that juice up. So that's a good form of natural sugars to kind of help keep me have those shorter bursts of energy, while I can also take in the protein and the fats and the longer lasting carbs for something a little bit longer lasting for energy. So that's kind of where we're at health-wise. I want to talk a little bit about how you can support. So many people have been so amazing and generous and just saying, hey, let us know any way that we can help. We want to support, we want to come alongside you. And I have definitely felt the love, and I've felt the prayers. I know that God is answering a lot of prayers right now. And so I wanted to make some support available. The truth is that I'm going to be on disability for like close to a year. And so yes, I will need support. My family will need support because I am the sole provider for my family. So when you're on disability, you get 60 to 70% of your regular income that the state gives you, as long as you approve for that, which I easily do approve for disability while I'm going through treatment. But 60 to 70% as the sole provider for my family, and we were already living pretty modestly to begin with, is a pretty big hit for our family. So we did start a GoFundMe, which I'll put in the description below a link for you. So by the way, hit subscribe and like if you haven't already. I'm totally kidding. That's just the typical YouTuber thing. Yeah, so there's definitely an avenue. I don't think that what we're needing for support is anything extravagant. I think it's pretty modest, considering that it is that I am the sole provider for my family. So you can check that out if you want to support that way. But other than that, if you're in the area, there's already tons of people praying. I don't want to say we've got enough prayer, so don't pray anymore. I'll always take more prayer. But if you're in the area, the truth is that we love company. I'm an introvert, but I'm a social introvert. My wife is an extrovert, more of a non-social extrovert. I'm totally kidding. But she is an extrovert. So we love having company, and honestly, just having somebody nearby to help out with just some projects around the house, or like cooking some food, or distracting our children so that we can actually get something done. Because having a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old they're demanding of our attention all the time. So any time that you want to come by and hang out, it is a little bit more difficult for us to go out and about because of the kids and various other things, and especially with trying to eat more healthy. We are super busy, just like doing all the juicing and the food prep and all that stuff, because we're taking the healthy eating so seriously. So if you're in the area and you want to hang out, reach out to us. Let us know. You know, we'd love to have you over for dinner or lunch or just over to hang out for a little bit. You know, let us know. So with that being said, I think that's pretty much it. We love you guys. Again, thank you so much for the support, for the prayers, and we will talk to you soon. Keep you updated. Bye.